Good morning, and this is the crypto day morning with today's date coming in that of Wednesday, 20th of March, 2019. All bets, trades of the like, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. 4 days, or day number four of consolidating within the completion of the move on March the 16th. You can almost call it an ascending triangle, but it's holding and staying right now above at this key area. So I'm liking its setup moving forward. Litecoin is doing those 4 days as well, and it's at the 18 average of highs, but it's been doing a nice pattern of higher highs, higher lows. Within Litecoin against Bitcoin, Cross, it is just also hanging in there, but nice little pattern of higher highs, higher lows. Currently overextended on the weekly time frame, but continuing to move higher. It's at the lower end of this previous area from where it was as support. Next up, going to go into its congestion area or its resistance highs. That's the next little few key areas on this time frame on the monthly. Getting back above the 18 average of highs after it just dipped below it for a short period of time, about a little over a half a year, and now making its way back up. We can see this previous level of resistance also is in with the mark here in 2015, as well as its open levels, and breaking it above that resistance. I'd be looking next in about the 0.03, but that's very long term. But when these markets go, they have the potential for significant moves going forward. AID coin against Bitcoin continues its nice little setup as it's continuing to show strength amongst its 18 average of highs, and so many of these previous great moves that it's had before, where it rallies high and then, well, comes back to where it came from, which shows the importance of having sell orders ready to go with markets like this. Vercoin can make the similar case for sell order importance as well. Its price action continuing to retrace back from this 18, but within this we can see how many times it has these moves higher that recede quickly thereafter as I scrolled back a little bit. Komodo is next, and it's holding into an area where it came from for the past few days. It's hanging in there with the highs, but well above the lows. So if there's any big price dip, I'd be looking for about a pierce below the 25 handle, maybe 24 high, if there's going to be further retracement. But yesterday's volatility was tiny. So far is the case today. And really, for the most part, with the markets that I'm showing you, not much overall going on. DGB has had a little bit of a price retracement. The price action did get up to 400, is now currently at 332 after even going as low as about 321. And it's just now meeting up within this 18 after it last left off it on March the 9th. It has had really two legs higher. The first one was the leg leaving it hitting the 300 mark on February the 24th. It took several amount of periods to get up to it, then break it above it. Many resistance tests, then it got above it. This is what I call liftoff support, which is where you have your original break above it, you come back relatively quickly, and then you have a big move from that point. So there's a liftoff support at 303, and then the leg higher up to 4. So here we are with the correctionary move back to the 18 average band, getting above this level. We can see it starting to go flat at about 350. So seeing a break above that, 355, 356, definitely breaking above this area in here. We'd be looking for that retest of the previous area. We can see before when it tested it, came back for the higher low, and then managed to get above it here. Maybe the same thing happens again, maybe it doesn't, but if the same were to happen, it would go up to about 400, maybe pull back to about 360 instead, and then later on break it out. If this area doesn't hold, I'll be looking for about 300 to be a key area for support. Ravencoin is very interesting at this stage as it had a fantastic one leg move higher, although it should have been maybe 2 to 3 legs to go from under 300 to almost 1,000. Better than a almost a 4x move. Better than 3 though. And the price correction comes back to the 18 and it establishes a level of resistance in here, comes back down, breaks it, making it up towards the previous high. And I don't try to look or follow any type of the fundamental news for why one coin is so amazing or so terrible. But Hey, if price action breaks above it, I've seen these cryptos do major 10x, 20, 40, 50, 100x moves before. And if this does a 100x move, we're talking 25,000 plus Satoshi right now. And I'm not saying that's where we're going to go, but I'm just saying upside targets. This is all it's done. Oh, there just most certainly could easily be a lot more in a break of 1,000 is the point where I'm getting at. Let's finish this off within Theta, showing weakness amongst its 18 lows. And even for that matter, you could almost say it's weaker than a head and shoulders pattern. And why would that be? Well, we have what would be the left shoulder, the head, which is a breakout high above this level of resistance, a failed breakout because it broke a key level, managed to come back to where it came from very fast, but it hasn't been too fast in breaking down. The right shoulder should be somewhere around here, but it just hasn't been rallying up towards here, which is why I'm saying weaker than what a head and shoulders pattern would be before. A head and shoulders pattern works out because after a price move higher, it goes down, then it breaks high, which is here, but it doesn't make a higher low. It makes a matching low to this one, which is the case here. And then it has a nice rally. No, it didn't here, but a head and shoulders pattern would have a nice rally to the first previous high or lower to this one. And then it's unable to make a higher low that's matching low. So all those stages make the head and shoulders pattern. But when it all comes down to it, you're looking for that break of the neckline or that key support. In this case, it's the range between 3,200 and 3,000. So it is leaving the upper end of this. There hasn't been much price action since February 27th below 3,200. And thus again showing the weakness for why it could go down further. If it does, I'll be looking for this previous level of resistance to be an area of key support. Therefore, in the 2,500 range would be my next target area for a break below 3,000. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.